right there just feeling so lost, so alone.
I had fear.
When I found out I was possibly pregnant, it was very scary.
I was afraid, I felt trapped, and I felt desperate to get rid of this problem. I didn't see the baby as a human being, but as a problem that I need to get rid of quickly.
They gave me the test, and it came back positive.
There's a lot of fear and a lot of, just a lot of worrying.
When I found out I was pregnant, my life seemed like it was just going downhill. I was totally just, I felt like I was by myself, alone.
Right there, I was just like, I looked at her and I said, well, I'm having an abortion. I can't believe that those words came out of my mouth.
I didn't know where else to turn because, sorry, because I wasn't working.
I was very young. I was only 16 years old.
You know, she told me that it was definitely my child, and I was pretty much like kind of just shocked. I couldn't believe it.
The only thing was going through my mind was to get an abortion. I wasn't going to listen, you know, to anyone. I didn't want to listen to anyone.
I just wanted everything to be right, and it wasn't right.
I was just so desperate. I just wanted to get rid of the child and go on with my life.
I made the appointment. I called my boyfriend. I told him. He did say to me, he said, you know, Des, if you don't have this baby, you know, I'll never speak to you again. This is the end of our relationship. You have to have this baby.
Abortion, it just wasn't something I believed in. But sometimes when you're pregnant, your emotions just run wild and you don't know what you want.
He ended up calling me an hour later and said to me that he found this place called First Care. And if I would go and listen, just listen to somebody there, just speak with them, you know, and if I didn't, you know, want to listen after that, I can go and have the abortion the next day.
The moment of decision that I had when I was sitting in that room, if I'm gonna have an abortion or not, it was the fact that the counselor reassured me of the support if I was pregnant that I would have.
She took out this plastic baby. It looked like a real baby. And she explained to me how an abortion was done. And when she was finished, my heart sank because I just couldn't believe that's how, you know, an abortion was done.
When we got off at the exit of where the place was to get the abortion, I felt something in my stomach. I didn't know what it was. I was about 17 weeks at the time. I didn't know what it was, but I figured that it was a cake.
I remember just feeling a sense of relief after about a few minutes of praying. I just felt like this heavy burden was taken off of me. And I remember, you know, the counselor, what she said to me about this baby being a real baby. And, you know, it's kicking, it has a heartbeat, you know, and how an abortion was done. And I know right there and then that I couldn't go through with it.
I just decided that it was the wrong decision.
At that moment, I was like, I can do this, you know? I'm like, yeah, let's have a baby. And then all of a sudden, I was really excited. I'm pregnant again. I mean, it was like I went from totally, I'm having an abortion, I'm not having this baby, to like, wow, we're having a baby again.
The counseling with First Care helped me understand that my issues were normal.
First Care, they put my life back together for me. They really did. Everyone was so kind. Everyone was so gentle.
Some of the things that the center helped me to see, the counselor, is that, you know what? it's the little things that count, not the big ones, you know, and that's, you know, as long as you have emotional support, resources to get help, you know, you can get through it.
I wanted to set a foundation with my children, and First Care helped me do that with their parenting classes and teaching me things on how to raise the children, what not to do, what to do.
It helped us, first of all, to be good parents for our children. And it gave us a lot of material like cribs, car seats, like baby furniture, things that we need for our baby.
When I remember going in there for the first sonogram, and I was in shock when they, you know, they put the jelly on her stomach, and then they're, you know, putting the device on her, and then there you could see the baby live. The first time it looked like just a little peanut, and then as you go back each month, and you know, it's just amazing to watch the development. And then you start to see like a little baby in there, and that's when you're just like, wow, this is incredible.
Having the sonogram done at First Care, it was really neat. It got you thinking, you know, how people couldn't want to keep it, and you know, you see something inside you, and it's part of you.
I just thank God every day that He placed First Care in my life, you know, for a desperate situation that I was in, that He placed First Care right there for me.
When I had the abortion, I didn't have any regrets. I was just numb.
When I went for the sonogram for my son, and they said the baby was 7 weeks old, and I said it was a baby, I mean a fully baby. And then I remember the one that I brought was 12 weeks, and I said, oh my God.
I know if somebody had said to me, you know, just one person had said, you know, there's a heartbeat inside of you, I know that my life would have been totally different.
Total denial. Then I thought I did the right thing. I really believed in my own sick way that I was doing the right thing. And, you know, it was best for me. You know, I felt like it wasn't hurting anyone.
A lot of women, usually they think that it won't matter, it will hurt them, because it's something they do for themselves, nobody will see, and once the baby is over, the pain will go away, and no tummy to show, there's nothing there. But then, after I had it, that's when I realized that it was a lie, because it follows you every day in your life. It never leaves.
And I was just so petrified of telling him. I had never shared with anyone that secret, including my husband.
What First Care did for me is allowed me to go through this process of being healed, bring me on the other side of it, and then allowed me the privilege of talking to clients and telling them that this isn't a quick solution to your problem.
When I went through the PACE, the counseling session, that's when it really hit me, when I was going, at what I'd done.
I had finished with the PACE program, and I still hadn't told my husband. I was still hiding it all, but I had been really set free, and I really wanted to tell him what God had been doing in my life.
It would let me know that I was not alone, that there were other women that were going through the same, remorse and guilt that I was. And I was able to, that was the first time that I ever admitted I had an abortion, when I came to First Care.
First thing out of my mouth, we're sitting at dinner, and I said, Chris, have you ever known anyone to have an abortion? And I thought, okay, just be ready for whatever. My husband just welled up in tears, and he said, I had one.
When my wife asked me the question, do you know anybody who's ever had an abortion? It was as if the Lord right then was inside of me and releasing this secret that I had harbored for almost 20 years. And it came out of my mouth almost immediately. I just said, me.
And it wasn't about me anymore. It was about listening to my husband, who had been, just as I have been, a a slave to the secret.
I just feel such a close connection to my wife, and just a great relationship with her, and a great relationship with my Lord Savior, that it's just a new life.
First care, it just, they dig inside you without judging what you've done or who you are or how much money you have or whatever. They just come deep inside to see what really mattered and help you to find healing from one person, which is God.
It's a ministry. It's done out of love. It's, you know, it's not done for anything else. And I'm just so thankful for that. You know, the words cannot really explain what it has done in my life and in my marriage and in my husband's life. And I just wanted to say thank you. Just really, really thank you.
First care gave me hope. Hope in myself. They gave me the strength to be a mother.
When I look in my children's eyes, I just know that God has given me 3 beautiful blessings, and they are they are just the light in my life, and I know that this was meant to be.
I am a better person now than I was then. So I thank the Lord every day, you know, for giving me this life, because I look at it through this pregnancy and the center. My life has changed. My life has changed.
I think First Care is approved by God. I think that the Lord really has His hands on this ministry, because it does transform lives. It helps people see that there's forgiveness and there's hope, and the Lord is there. He's always been there. He was there when, you know, when we were going through the experience, and He's there when you're ready to come to Him. And I found in my First Care.
If there wasn't an organization like First Care, I honestly don't know what would have happened. I mean, that's why, in my opinion, First Care was the #1 step in this baby being born.
If First Care were not there, I don't know. I have no idea where I'd be today. I wouldn't have my beautiful son, first of all.
God did it. He placed First Care right there where I needed all the help that I needed to get to keep my son alive. And because of First Care, my son is alive today.
It's a place of hope.